Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Film for Impact. I'm really glad you're here. So, today I wanted to just rewind a little bit and tell you about what social impact entertainment actually is. So, there are different types of filmmaking out there, but social impact entertainment is a form of entertainment that seeks to create positive social change through its content. So, meaning the content can take different forms, including movies, TV shows, documentaries, web series, and video games, VR as well. So, different types of media. So, social impact entertainment, or SIE, aims to educate, inspire, and motivate people to take important actions on different social issues. So, what I like to say is we take the theme off the screen and we put it into the world and we ask for specific calls to action that will result in change at different levels. It could start at, a personal level with you, it could start with your family or your community or your city or your state or and your political things on the nation, like the world. It can just go on and on. But to me personally, I feel like if something I create changes a person, then I've done my job, because there's so many people. Like, you have many people that are connected to you. You have influence with people around you, and it's really important. And I love what Sarah Jakes Roberts always talks about, is like the people that are connected to you, they're connected to your calling. So if I can impact you on an individual level, or someone who needs some inspiration, they need encouragement, they know that they have a purpose, maybe they can get a step closer to it. And I personally feel like when people walk in their purpose, they are happier, they are more powerful, they have a lot of influence, and they can make a lot of change. And so I really believe that about people. I believe when people are not walking in their gifts, their talents, their purpose, bad stuff happens. I mean, one of the best examples I could think of is Hitler. I don't know if many people know this, but he was an artist. He didn't get into art school. He got rejected from a lot of things, and he didn't really. Sometimes I wonder, like, if the man got to be an artist or go into these other things, like, what would have happened? What would have not happened? So the same with all of us. It could happen on a small scale. Like, you're just not happy, and so you're at work, you're not happy, you come home, you're not happy, and then your spouse isn't happy, and then you're taking it out on your kids, and like, one person can affect a lot of people. But if you are happy and you touch people's lives and you bring some joy, and it's like amazing if people could live fully. And that's really important to me. Like, one of the best things I love to see is a kid who's happy and loved, and just doing what they do with confidence and love and acceptance. Like, that's one of the best things, and I think that everybody needs that. And so I hope that with my films I'm impacting people. But let's get back into what is social impact entertainment. That's what we're talking about today. Um, so the key difference with SIE, or social impact entertainment, is that they focus, while traditional entertainment will focus on entertaining, make people laugh or cry, social impact entertainment has a specific goal of creating social change. So this can be done a few different ways. One is by creating awareness of social issues, inspiring empathy, encouraging people, and encouraging those people to take action in their communities. And so with social impact entertainment, you're kind of defining the action steps for people. So, and I think it's really great because as a person, like many of you, you want to make change. You want to see change. You want to see the world to be a better place, a more inclusive and empathetic place. And so many times it's like, what am I supposed to do? I see all this stuff happening in the world, and that's the question I always ask. What do I do? I would be the kid sitting in church, like, so annoyed because the pastor's like, do this, or the pastor's saying, this is what you should do, and but would never say how. And so I'd be so like frustrated, like, I want to, I just don't know how. And so I think when you see a film, it hopefully will spark the I want to, so how? So if you see a film around climate change, like, that is such a big issue. Like, it seems so impossible, and people have climate anxiety for good cause. It's a global issue. You're one person. What are you supposed to do? And so those are the things we'd have to set up in our impact campaign for an SIE film. Another part of it, you set up a campaign. So you're saying, watch the film. You're saying, what do I do? And then we say, this is what you can do. So this is how you can join the movement. This is how you can be a part of something bigger. Whether it's get 1 million people to plant 2 trees in their backyard. That's 2 million trees. We know what trees do for the environment. Or donate to this cause, because this cause is going to go work on, like, taking big oil companies to court so that they can change how they're doing things, because we know that these are the companies that are doing most of the damage. So with social impact entertainment, it's not only like, hey, here's a nice movie, but it's here's a nice movie with a great story that will hopefully impact you and cause you want to do something. And hey, we can help you figure out what to do for that cause, if that makes sense. It's also a powerful tool for education. Like we were saying, it uses entertainment to present complex issues. So it can help educate people about important topics, that in a way that's engaging and memorable and fun. Like, stories just kind of go deeper than like the data retention. They just hit us at a deeper level, um, and they make us think, and they make us think about ourselves and how we show up in the world and the relationship with ourselves and other people. And so those are the big things which say this is what social impact entertainment is. Of course, crafting a story or finding the right topic or developing the impact campaign, that's another podcast. But I particularly enjoy narrative film, which is different than documentary. It's really like a scripted story. And so a lot of the work around social impact entertainment is around documentary work, which is for good reason. You're basically giving information, you're educating people. Documentaries now are really growing in creativity. I watched a documentary that I wasn't even sure if it was a narrative because it was shot so cinematically, and it's more getting away from just giving you information but really drawing you into a story. So I think that's really powerful. And so with narrative film, I think that also can be a part of social impact entertainment as well, in terms of drawing you into a story, helping you to see something new from someone's perspective you haven't thought about before. And I'm going to definitely do a podcast like to talk about the psychology behind that, because it's so interesting to me. It may be interesting to you, but those are the reasons of how social impact is what it is. One of the challenging parts of social impact entertainment is to strike a balance between entertainment value and social impact. So you don't want the content to be too preachy, because it might turn off viewers, because no one likes to be preached at unless you go to church and you know you're being preached at and you're like, I'm asking for it. But on the other hand, when you go to see a film, that's not why you go to see a film. You go to be entertained, to have your emotions pulled up, to learn something, to engage with the community. There's so many reasons. And so we want to strike that balance between the two things. So I think that this is really important. I just wanted to jump back and kind of share what this is. It's a growing field. there's a lot of research out there. I love the field because everyone really shares what they learn. But I think that when you look at any film, I hope that through listening to this podcast, you'll think about it more critically, because a film is wonderful, movies are great, but at the core of it, we're telling stories, and stories can be told in different mediums. And stories are important because we're just wired that way. And we are living our stories. And so, as we're living our stories and we can get information on how to think critically about stories, I think that can really help us in our own lives and help us develop and, again, take steps towards getting closer to our purpose. So, I really ask that you would think about, supporting local filmmakers, maybe go to local film festivals, like independent films. Don't be afraid. It's a great community. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of people just learning and trying to put their stories out. And then you stumble upon these wonderful gems of stories that really, really can change your life. And so thanks so much for listening today. If you want to stay connected with me, you can go check me out on Instagram at Dija Renuka. That's my personal Instagram, or my production company at thebluehouse.co. Our website is also thebluehouse.co, and you can hop on our newsletter there. And there in the newsletter, I will be sharing more behind the scenes, like the journey of making a film, the things I learned along the way, things like that. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.